I'm Miss Nicole and I am the Collection Development Manager here at the Hoboken Public Library. I also run the Knitting Club, so I'm very excited because this month we're going to be making knit your own flowers. You can register via LibCal and pick up your kits at Grand Street. This is the second tutorial we're doing, so I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. So for this month's tutorial, these are the supplies that you'll need. So you'll need some yellow yarn for the center of the flower, some other color, it could be any color you want, in this case we have orange, a needle, so it can be a sewing needle or a knitting needle like this one, the instructions which should be included in the packet, size 2.5 knitting needle, so these are bamboo knitting needles, but any size 2.5 will do, and a simple pair of scissors. So for this project, we're going to start with our favorite way to start any project, with casting on. So we're going to make a loop. Just like tying our shoes, we're going to make another loop, and then we're going to pull it tight, and then we're going to take our knitting needle and we're going to put it through the loop and then pull that tight like so. Ta-da. So we're going to start with our favorite method of starting for any project. We're going to cast on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a loop, just fold that over, and then make another loop like I'm tying my shoe, and pull that through, just like that. And then I'm going to put my knitting needle through the loop and pull it tight. And there you go. Alright, so once we've cast on, we're going to use a stitch called increasing a stitch. So I'm going to put my needle through the back, knit one stitch, pull it through, and then instead of pulling the loop off of the needle, I'm going to go back around and go back through the back of that stitch that's still on, and then make another loop, and then I'm going to pull that through and make a second loop. So this is what you do if you want to increase the number of stitches that you have after you've already cast on. So I want you to pull that through. It's okay, these tiny needles make it a little difficult sometimes, but just keep practicing and you'll get it. And then you pull that off, and now you'll see instead of one loop I have two loops on there, and that's how you increase a stitch. So for this project we're going to need to increase the stitch, so we're going to put the knitting needle behind, we're going to wrap the thread around like so, pull this new stitch through, and then in order to make another stitch we're going to put our knitting needle behind again and put it through the back of the stitch that's already on the needle, like that. Wrap the yarn around and then pull it through to make two new stitches, and then pull it off. So now we have two instead of one. So at the end of everything, when you finish, you should have two pieces that look like this. So as you can see, there are different sets of petals. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your needle and you're going to thread it through one of the ends of the excess string that you have, just like so. Take a second. You're going to thread it through, and then you're going to stitch it through and pull it tight. So it basically makes a tight little flower. You're going to put them on top of each other and then add the stem. So once you've made all four of your petals, this is piece one, you're going to take your needle, thread it, and then you're going to sew the bottom part together. So I'm just going to do a couple stitches just to make sure that it holds together. Just going to stitch it together like so, and then you're going to do a running stitch around the inside of the flower. So I'm going to just go in and out just like so. So that way at the end, when you get to the other side again, you can pull it all really tightly. So I'm just going to go around. I'm just going to make a nice little loop all the way around, nice little circle. Now I'm using a knitting needle, like a specific knitting needle, but you can use a sewing needle, whatever you find easier. So now that I've done that, I can pull it and close the circle, just like that. So now that you've got your 2 sets of petals, you're going to place them on top of one another, alternating like so you can see all 8 of the petals. And then you're going to take the middle that you've also made and you're just going to sew it all together. So I'm going to take my blue yarn and I'm going to sew it through, and then just like that, you've got a nice pretty flower. And once you put your project together, it'll look something like this. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you like these videos, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from the Hoboken Public Library, please subscribe to us so you can see everything we're doing. Thank you so much for watching. Look out for my next knitting tutorial next month in April.